Hi gang, Rob here. It is the evening of 7 December 2023. It is a Thursday night at 9 o'clock. Must be time for a knife sale on the Apostle P channel, and a knife sale we shall have. And it is a monster sale full of the good stuff, my friends. Before we get into the meat of it, let's do a little bit of housekeeping as usual. First up, I need you to be familiar with and agreeable to the terms of the sale, which I'll put on the screen for you in just a moment. I will also put them in the description underneath this video so you can peruse them at your leisure. If you're new to this weekly sales event, please be familiar with them, especially the version in the description, because it has an important note about insurance on your package. Also in the terms of the sale also in the description, above the terms of the sale, you're going to see 3 links to previous videos on the channel. The first one is entitled A Primer for Buyers. That is a 38-minute expanded explanation of the terms of the sale, and it explains basically how we do things and why on this weekly sales event. The second link is to my FAQs for Consignors video. That pertains to you if you're interested in using this weekly sale to move along some of your collection. Explains how everything works from the consignor's perspective. And then the third link, as always, is to my rates and services video for the TheApostleP Knife Service, the original precision sharpening service for the online knife community. Also in the description at the very bottom, the reason you all came. The list of tonight's inventory, complete with timestamps on the left, pricing on the right. Now in that pricing column, you'll generally see 2 numbers. The one on the left of the slash is the price of your knife as shown in the video. The price on the right as sharpened by the TheApostleP Knife Service. There will be room for 4 knives to be sharpened next day. So the first knives purchased tonight to be sharpened will ship tomorrow, Friday the 8th, with all of the as shown inventory. If you fall outside of that first 4, not to worry, your knife will ship in about 3 weeks. If you see the word sold in lieu of pricing in that far right column, the knife you're looking at has been bought and paid for by its new owner. No need to send an inquiry about anything marked sold, all caps, exclamation point. Okay, I think that's about it for the housekeeping. Let's get the terms up on the screen for you, and then we'll be right back with the sale. Here are the terms. All right, let's get to it, shall we? First up, we've got just 3 leftovers from last week's mega baller sale. The first of them is in this box from Oknife, sister company to Olight. The knife inside the box is the Mettle, M-E-T-T-L-E. A pretty slick little package, I must say. You've got some sort of gunmetal blue, hard anodized aluminum scales. All the hardware would be black. It is a slick little button lock flipper with a ball bearing pivot, 154 cm blade that is 3 1/4 inches in length. The handle is 4 5/16. The clip will be ambidextrous tip up deep carry. Kind of a swedged, droppy, speary thing. Pretty cool little knife. We'll say it is near mint to like new in box. Lockup is dead rock solid. Action is super slick and smooth. Centering will be right down the middle. These are $90 web retail. We ran this one last week at $65. Didn't sell, dropped it to $55 for the weekend. Still here. Somebody gets a buy $45 like it is, $70 if you'd like it to come with an ApostleP edge. That is the Oknife Mettle. Next up, I think I killed this knife last week because I made fun of the name. It is a Bestechman. And the model of the knife is the Goodboy. Scaled in, kind of a desert tan G10 with some milled lines for texture. Got an ambidextrous tip-up deep carry clip. It has thumb stud actuation and a button lock. On ball bearings, D2 blade, 3.5 inches in length. Full flat ground spear point, but a little different angle near the tip. A little steeper angle for strength at the tip. Handle is 4 11/16. Pretty ergonomic package, I got to say. Everything works beautifully. Centering is close. I don't see it as perfect today, but anyway, it's very close. Lockup is rock solid. Action's perfect. We'll say it's near mint to like new in box. $54 web retail for this knife. We started this one off at $40 a week ago, dropped to $30 last weekend. Let's go $25. $25 dollarinos. $50 with an ApostleP edge. That's the Goodboy from Bestechman. Next up, this is probably going to be the buy of the sale. It's a Kizer, and the knife inside with the old style label might be hard to read, but it's a V3508C1 Critical Mini. Scaled in an OD canvas micarta. Got red hard anodized aluminum accents, backspacer, pivot collars. Got a deep carry clip that'll be right hand tip up. Kind of a worn cleaver blade. And the steel is 154 cm. The blade length is 3 inches. Handle length is 4 1/4. This one's a stainless steel liner lock, engaged thusly. It's rock solid. Pivots, ball bearings. Centering's perfect. Action's perfect. Lockup is perfect. Condition we'll call near mint to like new. In box, these are out of stock. When they were available, they were $75 web retail. We ran this one last week at $60, no takers. Dropped it to $45 for the weekend. Still here. Let's go $35. Like it is, $60 with an ApostleP edge. Next day sharpening is available. That's the Critical Mini from Kizer. Next up, we have twins from Kizer. And I think the only difference is the second one will come in the wrong Kizer box. So there's one Kizer box. This one's got the correct part number. It's this V3549C1 Assassin. And the other box is going to be for an Assassin XL. Number 2 will come with the incorrect box. The knives are basically the same. They would have come, I think, with OD green micarta, but they've been dyed black. If you notice, this is knife number 1, and it seems to have a little finer texture in the micarta, but they are identical, and both clips will ship with screws in these baggies. I think when the customer dyed them, he just didn't put the clips on, and I think he's a lefty, so you guys are probably going to switch them anyway. So let's get into it. If I can do this without knocking over my house of cards. So here's number 1. This is the sort of lighter colored black dye job. So it comes with, I would call that a spear point blade. And it's 154 cm, 3 inches in length. 4 3/16 is the handle length. The clip mount is ambidextrous, deep carry. It is a button lock ball bearing flipper. Both knives lock up rock solid and center up. There's number 1. Whoops, I pushed the button. Rock solid and centered. That's number 2. Number 1, number 2. So let's see, 60 bucks is web retail on this model. And they're going to be 40 each, 65 sharpened. That's the Kizer V3549 C1 Assassin, number 1 and number 2. Next up, it is steel will time. And this is going to say F45M Intrigue. The correct model number for this specific knife is F45-31 Intrigue. The G10 scaled version. Here's the knife. And you'll notice in your description that it says TAP. Because this has been sharpened by yours truly. So we've got a stainless steel liner lock ball bearing flipper, scaled in black G10, bladed in M390, got a slender spear, 3 1/4 in length, 4 3/16 inch handle, ambidextrous tip up clip, red standoffs, and a little lanyard post with a screaming edge by TheApostleP Knife Service. Lockup is rock solid. Action is ball bearing sweet. Centering is dead down the middle. So these sell new. And these are the M390 Italian made steel will knives, so not a cheap knife. $145 web retail. Let's do $90 shipped priority mail. No need to sharpen because it's already got my edge on it. The steel will F45-31 Intrigue G10 TAP for the TheApostleP Edge. Next up, a very similar knife. It is another steel will F45 Intrigue, but this is the F45-71 in carbon fiber. Same red standoffs, same lanyard post, same stainless steel liner lock liner lock ball bearing flipper. 3 1/4 blade, 4 3/16 handle, M390 blade with an TheApostleP edge that is sticky sharp. Rock solid lockup. There's your engagement. Action is sweet. Centering is dead. Condition near mint. No box with an TheApostleP edge. Now the carbon fiber model sells for a web retail of $170. Since it has no box, it's only $5 more than the G10. $95, no need to sharpen with the TheApostleP edge. The steel will F45-71 Intrigue, CF, and the TheApostleP edge. Next up, got one from Civivi. No box with this knife. Pretty sweet little package. Black G10 scales, ambidextrous deep carry clip, button lock, and thumb studs. And a ball bearing pivot. This is bladed in Nitro V. It is the Civivi Altus, by the way, the C20076-1. Gorgeous little shimmery bead blast, wearing an TheApostleP edge even. Nitro V is sticky sharp. Blade length 2 15/16. Handle 4 1/16. Oh yeah. Very nice. How's the lockup? Rock solid. How's the centering? Pretty much dead down the middle. It might favor the right ever so slightly. Anyway, these are 64 bucks on Amazon. This one comes to you all in, shipped priority mail. No extra shipping, no taxes. 40 bucks to your door, priority mail, with an TheApostleP edge. If you'd have bought this new and had me sharpen it, you'd be in it for 90 plus postage. Not now. 40 bucks all in. The Altus with an TheApostleP edge from Civivi. Next up, I have a Byrd knife. Sort of the B-line from Spyderco. This is the Raven 2. Comes scaled in black G10. This is wearing a satin finished titanium deep carry clip. The original clip will be in that baggie, which is your only packaging with this knife. So here you go. Blade CTS BD1. All fingerprinted up for me. Blade length 3 3/8. Handle 4 1/2. The mechanism is a stainless steel liner lock. It locks up thusly. Rock solid. Beautiful in hand with the forward finger choil. Clip goes 4 ways if you want it to. Let's see. Kind of a free dropper. It's on Teflon washers, by the way. Rock solid lockup. Beautiful action. Perfect centering. We'll call it near mint, no box. You got probably, what, 20 bucks worth of clip there. These are $55 web retail. We're going to do this one at 35 bucks. Shipped priority mail, 60 if you like it with my edge. That's the Raven 2 from Byrd. Next up, we go from a Chinese Byrd to a Chinese Spyderco. This is the Polestar, scaled in gray G10. With a BD1N blade, leaf shape, kind of looks like a tenacious blade. Now this knife is a factory second. If you can see, there's a little nick in the spine. And it's not because of the lockup. That's rock solid. Feels a little funny. Not stick, but it's just kind of odd. I think the reason is that the centering is way off. Not rubbing, but it's pretty far off anyway. 3 5/16 blade, 4 5/8 handle. Let's see. 85 bucks is your MAP price for this model, web retail. This one is near mint, no box, factory second. Your price 45 bucks. Shipped priority mail, 70 with an TheApostleP edge. Great little work knife right there. The Polestar from Spyderco. Next up, the first of several in tonight's sale from this family. It is the Hogue Ritter Mini RSK, model number 54194-EXL RSK in purple GMas with the deep carry style factory clip that'll be tip up and bidextrous. So it's a G10 product, layered black, purple, and white, I guess. Still has that sunburst milling that the RSK has. Your Doug Ritter blade. This one in CPM 20 CV. 2 13/16 inches of blade, 4 inches of handle. The Able lock. Reed Benchmade axis lock. Ouch, I just flicked my fingernail. At least fingernails don't bleed. Action's nice. Lock up nice. Centering is dead. Let's see. What did I say about that edge? It doesn't look like it's been resharpened. We're going to call that near mint in box. These are out of stock. When they were last available, they were $155 web retail. Let's do $120 on this one, like it is $150 with an TheApostleP edge. That's the 54194 Mini RSK PRP for purple, GMas for Gmascus. No box. Near mint, no box on this one. You know, I made a note that said used and sharpened. I don't know if it has been, though. It kind of looked, I don't know why I made that note. I don't know. I know why, because of the next knife. I copied and pasted some text. This knife is another Hogue Mini RSK. This one in the box. It's a 54194. But it came with orange G10, and it's been dyed like a blood orange. Right? We're going to call this red. It's kind of tomato red. It's pretty cool. I think that's better than orange. Black hardware, black deep carry clip. A little bit of wear on the end of the clip, just light burnishing. And the blade has been blasted. So it is a 20 CV blade. I got the loop out and checked. The mark is right there, and you can barely see it over the top of the thumb stud. So 2 13/16 blade, 4-inch handle. This one has been resharpened because they blasted the blade. Now it's not my edge, but it's pretty doggone good. Not super refined, but quite sharp. Able lock mechanism. 2 13/16 blade, 4-inch handle, ambidextrous deep carry tip-up clip. That's a free dropper. Rock solid lockup. Perfect centering. I don't think I've ever seen a Hogue Ritter that wasn't centered, but yeah. Anywho, this would have been $150 web retail. The orange handle ones are out of stock. I'm going to classify it excellent to near mint because of the dye job. How about $85? Like it is, $115 with an Apostle P edge. That's in your inventory. Is Hogue 54194 EXL RSK Mini RSK dyed red. Next up, we have reached the Rob's Pick in tonight's sale, and because the price is so good. So it's a Benchmade, and it is a 565-1 Mini Freek. We would know it as the Mini Super Freek. Why? Because of its up-level materials. Carbon fiber scales, 3D machined, satin finished, parkerized deep carry, ambidextrous tip-up pocket clip, red hard anodized aluminum standoffs and thumb studs. Blade. Ooh, it's very freaky, and it's an S90V. Oh, and by the way, this one happens to be wearing an Apostle P edge. The lockup on the axis lock is dead rock solid. The blade drops freely. The centering is dead. The edge is stupendous. I'm going to call it near mint in box. Oh, by the way, dimensions are 3 inches of blade, 4 inches of handle. Yeah. Believe it or not, if you go to Knife Ship Free, Blade HQ, buy one of these, it's going to cost you $306 nowadays, boys. This one, near mint inbox with my edge, all in, shipped priority mail, $150. I bet that won't last long. That's in your inventory as Benchmade 565-1 Mini Super Freek TAP. It's the Rob's Pick. Next up, another Benchmade black box variety. We got a 575-1 Mini Presidio 2. It is the lightweight version with the CF Elite scales, which time has proven that customers prefer this to the aluminum handled version, and why not? The weight savings is significant. So what do you got here, guys? An S30V blade with a shimmery bead blast over the satin off the grinder. the CF Elite scales, the access lock, the blacked out hardware, the parkerized ambidextrous tip-up deep carry clip. Now, beautiful free drop in action on this one with rock solid lockup. And I sharpened this for this customer, and I don't remember why we did this, but we removed about 1/8 of an inch from the tip. I don't know if it was because the knife was tipped or if he just wanted it shorter, but it's barely 3 inches. And then a 4 5/16 handle. The edge is screaming sharp. Of course, the lockup's great. The action you saw. The centering is dead perfect. So we're going to say near mint, in box with an ApostleP edge, retipped. Now, if you buy this knife brand new, they are still in stock. They're $162. This one, wearing an ApostleP edge, we're going to do it $110, shipped priority mail, no need to sharpen. Benchmade 575-1 Mini Presidio CF Elite TAP. Next up, a knife I've never seen one of. Comes in a big box from the Tactile Knife Company. And on the back there's a sticker that tells us what it is. It's the Dreadeye in Magnacut and Richlite. The Tactile Dreadeye, Magnacut and Richlite. Comes in a Kydex sheath. It does have just the slightest bit of rattle, but it's not loud. Looks like it's tech lock attachable. Got a little black lanyard that has a little reflective thread in it. Here's the knife. A little stubby tanto, actually very usable tanto in Magnacut. Gorgeous little tumble over a bead blast. There is your black Richlite scale set with a fine mill pattern. I think the camera will pick that up. Superb in the hand. 2 3/4 blade, 3 7/8 handle. Like new in box. I think these were up close to 200 bucks when they first came out. Knife Center right now has them on sale at $169. This one, $140 all in, shipped priority mail, $170 with an ApostleP edge. That is the Tactile Dreadeye in Magnacut with Richlite. Next up, another little fixed blade. This one from Bradford. This is a Guardian 3, but it's the coolest Guardian 3 I've ever seen. Doesn't come with the leather Scout carry sheath. This one comes with Kydex with a big old drain hole at the bottom. Great thumb break. Look at that, guys. That is a sweet high tumble polished blade in M390. Wow. So 3.5 inches of blade back to the scale, but the handle is functionally longer than that because of the way the finger trail works. And then you've got 3 5/16 inches of handle, and it is a beautifully milled set of carbon fiber scales. Thick and chunky and hand filling. Yeah. Condition is like new in the box. This knife is currently available for sale brand new at your favorite Bradford retailer for 209 bucks. This one, 170. 170 like it is, 200 with an ApostleP edge, and next day sharpening is available. That's the Bradford Guardian 3 CF, high polished HP, and M390. Next up, we have one. It looks like the Big Bang Theory logo. It comes in a little Pelican style box. It's from EMPEDC. It is the Nymble X version 2 in M390. Date of birth March 23rd of some year. It was the first run. So here is the knife. It comes with a DLC line milled titanium handle. Great looking gold and bronze accents on this thing. Milled titanium right hand tip up clip. Steel inserted titanium frame lock. It is a flipper. Look at that good looking blade, would ya? Kind of a fullered and slotted spear point. Bidirectional satin with a little glass bead finish in the fuller. Very beautiful. There's your lock engagement. Early but solid. Rock solid. Forward finger choil fits the hand well. Little run of jimping. Big run of jimping. Blade length is 3.5 inches of M390. Handle is 4.5, so pretty efficient blade to handle ratio. As I said, lockup is rock solid. Ball bearing pivot is perfect. Centering is as well. Can you front flip that? I can't, but you might be able to. Anyway, so yeah, like new in box. These are out of stock. When they were available, they were $350. They probably will be again at more money. I don't know. Your price on this one, $295 all in, shipped, priority mail. $325 if you'd like it to come with an ApostleP Edge. That's the EMPEDC Nymble X version 2. Next up, here's a knife I've never seen one of. This is going to come in a Pelican style case as well. The sticker says it's the model Jupiter. The manufacturer is D Rocket Designs. It is the mid-tech Jupiter with the VG10 PVD coated blade, the Damascus handle scales, and it is number, what does that say? 16. Very interesting little knife. So we have blue, purple, bronze, and green Damascus. Those are scales over blackened stainless steel liners. Looks like a titanium backspacer. Interesting thumb studs. Let's see. There we go. There are also stop lugs. Interesting blade shape, wouldn't you say? I would. So that's 3 1/16 inches of VG10. The handle's 3 7/8. And it is a liner lock. You can see the liner protruding onto the blade tang, but it is released with a button. You push the button and it folds the liner, and then you got to release the button and close the knife the rest of the way. It is on ball bearings. There. Interesting. So let's see. When these first came out, they were $450. They are currently available. I found them at one website at $350. This one is near mint in box. And by the way, everything lines up. Your price on this one is going to be $270, like it is $295 with an ApostleP Edge. That's the Mid-Tech Jupiter from D Rocket Designs. Next up, we got a little run of Microtech. First among them is this. It is an Ultratech single edge Stonewash Standard Model 121-10. It is the newer contoured or melted handle version of the Ultratech, which generally means an easier button. Looking at the clip, you'll see it has a born date of April of 2021, serial number 199251. Definitely medium to medium firm on the button. Blade steel is M390. Satin flats, stonewash bevels and swedges. 3 5/16 blade, 5-inch handle all the way to the carbide glass breaker. That's a fidgeter right there. 100% reliable, medium to firm button, like new in box. Price of these brand new, $310 web retail. Your price on this one, $250, like it is $280 with an ApostleP Edge. the Microtech Ultratech. Next up, another Microtech. This one is model number 232-10RD. It's a UTX-85 double-edged red stonewash standard. Look at that little beauty. So for those of you who don't know, UTX-85 means it's an Ultratech at 85% the size of the full-size Ultratech. Red hard anodized aluminum handle. The Microtech clip, which is a work of art. The carbide glass breaker clip nut. You can actually flip those clips and make them ambidextrous, if you didn't know. So let's see. Born on March of 2022, serial number 78799. Medium button effort. I guess I said medium to firm, but plenty fidgety. The blade, M390, stonewashed. You got the perforated fuller, the double edge. Blade length is 3 inches. Handle 4 7/16. 100% reliability, like new in the box. Price of these brand new right now is $262, but I couldn't find a red one anywhere. Your price on this one, $210. No need to sharpen that double-edged blade. Just stick something with it. The Microtech 232-10 UTX-85 double-edged red. Next up, is it our final Microtech tonight? I think it is. This one is model 160-1T. It is a SOCOM Elite single edge tactical standard. A manual action SOCOM. Black hard anodized aluminum handle. TrackTech inserts. Carbide glass breaker, lanyard hole, right hand tip down clip. Let's see. Blade steel's M390 on the two-tone blade. 4 inches of the M390 blade. 5 3/16 inches a handle. It is a titanium liner lock. Engages thusly. It's rock solid. Ball bearing pivot and thumb studs. Centering, perfect. Condition will be near mint in box. Born, let's look here. It's on the blade. Born October of 22, serial number 10903. Very slight clip burnishing and coating wear. It's very hard to see. I mean very slight. So we're going to call it near mint in box. Price of these brand new is $336. Web retail. Your price on this one, $240. Like it is, $270 with an ApostleP edge. Microtech 160-1T SOCOM Elite single edge. Next up, we have a light from Olight, and is the Perun Mini. Pretty cool. It's a limited edition in orange. I'm not sure why it's limited, but I wanted to show you this like this because it's so cool. What the heck is going on here? Well, here's what. You take your Velcro ball cap and you stick this on it. Look at this. There's like a little sleeve that the clip goes in, and it does rotate when it's in there. Let's see if I can get it back in. See what? Yeah. That is cool. I mean cool. I like it a lot. Anyway, it is that sort of a snorkel shaped Olight, but look how tiny. 2 7/16 overall length. Orange hard anodized aluminum barrel. Top mounted clicky switch. And I'm not sure how to cycle all the modes, but it has a bunch of them. From 2 lumens in moon mode to 1,000 lumens in turbo. Got the bidirectional clip. USB recharging cord is in the box. There's also a lanyard in the box. And then you got your two-way removable clip. We'll say that the condition is near mint in box. Price of these brand new, $65 web retail. You can have this one for $40 shipped priority mail. No need to sharpen. That is the Olight Perun Mini in orange. Next up, I told you we had a few of these, guys. It's another Hogue, and it's another Hogue Ritter, model 54188 EXL-RSK. It is a Mark I G2. Full size this time. Black sunburst milled G10 handle. Deep carry ambidextrous tip up clip. Blade is Magnacut. Yeah. 3 7/16 blade, 4 11/16 handle. These are a dream in the hand, boys. The Able lock from Hogue on phosphor bronze. Centering, dead. Lockup, perfect. You saw the action. The condition is like new in box. They are sold out everywhere at $180. Sold listings on eBay running between $220 and $280. We'll be nice to you. $200, shipped priority mail. $230 with an Apostle P Edge next day sharpening available. That's the 54188 RSK Black in Magnacut from Hogue. Next up, it is Save Me From Myself time, my friends. Whoops, I got a Protect box with a loose sleeve. There we go. The knife inside is the TR3 L1 left hand. There we go. The TR line was designed and then made for tactical response training. James Yeager's organization, may he rest in peace. Button lock, automatic, side folding variety. There's your thwacky Protect deployment. Bi-finished blade, satin flats, stonewash, bevel, and swedge. Blade steel is 154 cm. It is a left-hand tip-up only. Emerson-style pocket clip. Rock-solid lockup. And dead centering. Condition, near mint to like new in box. These are out of stock. When they were available, they were $200 web retail. Good luck finding a lefty anywhere. Your price $175 like it is, $200 with my edge. The TR3 lefty from Protech. Don't wait, boys, or it'll be in my safe. Next up, from ZT, experience it. The knife inside is the ZT in-house design 0308 with Coyote Tan G10. This is a large knife. Kind of reminds me of the old 300 Onion series in its heft and stature, but it's all in-house ZT design. You got your 3D machined G10 on this side, then the same machining pattern on the titanium business side. Steel inserted titanium frame lock, ambidextrous tip up clip. It is a ball bearing flipper with a gorgeous harpoon drop point with a swedge in 20 CV, gorgeous stonewash. Blade length is 3 3/4. The handle is 5 1/4. And oh, does it fill the hand. Oh, securely and beautifully. That's a good looking blade, guys. So there's your lock engagement. It is rock solid. The ball bearing action's beautiful. The centering is as well. Fingers on lock bar hard, and it still flips. How about that? Like new in box, and a beautiful example. Current pricing on these brand new, $356 ZT minimum advertised price on the web. Your price on this one, $250. $250. How about $106 off for a like new inbox 308? $280 if you'd like it with my edge. The ZT0308. Next up, another ZT. This one, the Hinder Slicer Design 0562 Ti, the All-Tie 562. There she is, boys. Beautiful stone-washed raw titanium. Black standoffs, black clip, ambidextrous deep carry tip up. Get the black lock bar stabilizer and steel insert screw for the frame lock. Beautiful flipping action, even with fingers on lock bar. 20 CV blade, 3 9/16 blade, 4 7/8 handle. There's your lock engagement. It is rock solid. And the centering is dead. The condition is like new in the box. Current web retail or map pricing for this knife, $312. Let's do $230 on this one, $260 with an Apostle P edge. ZT0562 Ti. Next up, from Spyderco, by way of Taichung, Taiwan, it's a smock. The OG smock in textured, beautifully textured, carbon fiber over G10 laminate handle scale material. It is a ball bearing flipper. The flipper tab, very interesting. Whoop, discreet, nondescript. There is your blade. Beautifully finished, bidirectional satin, hollow ground, S30V. 3 7/16 blade, 4.5 inch handle, compression lock with button actuation. Can you hold it open? Sure you can. Now the only appreciable wear on this knife, I didn't really indicate, or I didn't really notice any edge wear, but some very fine wear on the tumble polished clip, and that's about it. So these are currently out of stock. Web retail is $206. We'll say this one's near mint in box, by the way. Centering's perfect. Let's do $160 on this one, $160, and then $185 with my edge. That's the Spyderco smock. Next up, it's another save me from myself moment. I got a bunch this week. This one's a Spyderco from Japan. It's a Delica WC in HAP 40. What could that be? I don't know. Well, I don't know. It's got some burnt orange FRN scales. It is wearing a titanium deep carry clip. I do not have the original. Oh. Man, that is a mess. You know that clad HAP 40. It prints right up. Looks like this was a collector's club knife. So we got a Wharncliffe blade in SUS 410 clad HAP 40. You can see the line of demarcation. You got a 2 15/16 blade, 4 1/4 handle, mid lock, rock solid lockup. Nice action. Perfect centering. These were a sprint run, not just a collector's club knife. They were available at web retailers. They're now discontinued and out of stock. Several sold listings on eBay. Tight group between $130 and $149. Let's do $125 on this one with the titanium clip. $150, I'll cut you a deal on sharpening. $150 sharpened. Next day sharpening is available. That's the Spyderco Delica FFG Wharncliffe Burnt Orange BOR and HAP 40. Next up, great stocking stuffer from Spyderco. Made in Golden, Colorado, USA Earth. It is a Manix 2 lightweight with the translucent purple handle. The ambidextrous tip-up wire clip. Everything is about lightweight on this knife. The blade, CTS BD1N, in a little shimmery tumble over a bead blast finish. Rock solid lockup, caged ball lock. Not quite a free dropper, but eminently flickable. Lockup is rock solid, the centering is perfect. I will say the condition is near mint in box. Current web pricing for these knives brand new, $127. Let's do $95 on this one. $120 with my edge. The Spyderco Manix 2 lightweight Burple and BD1N. Next up, now this is truly the save me from myself moment tonight. Some time ago, Spyderco did a little dealer exclusive for Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Apparently Smoky Mountain came across some scale material they really thought belonged on paramilitary 2s. So this is one of them. Look at that model number. It says paramilitary 2 GRCFBK. So I'd expect to see some green, some black, and some carbon fiber. I wouldn't expect this. Oh. Are you kidding me? So that is green jungle wear carbon fiber. Black hardware, black blade. And by the way, CPM M4. The blade's a little blotchy in front of the camera, but it doesn't really look like that in natural light. A little lubricant rubbed in and wiped off would make that look perfect. Rock solid lockup. Free dropping blade. Perfect centering. And wait a minute, there's more. There is more. By the way, you get all 4 clip mounts. If you don't like the factory clip, you could just do that. Yeah, that is a green anodized milled titanium clip. We'll call this near mint in box. They are discontinued and out of stock at Smoky Mountain. Country had a couple that they are now sold out of. They sold them at $342. This one can be yours. $295. Like it is, $325 with my edge. Spyderco Pair 2 green, JWCF, and M4. Next up, it is a black class knife from Benchmade. 537-2301 bailout. This is the 2023 SHOT Show exclusive bailout, and it's just freaking cool. Orange, diamond mill pattern, hard anodized aluminum scales, sort of an aqua blue anodized aluminum backspacer standoff and thumb stud set. Tumble polished shorty deep carry ambidextrous tip up pocket clip. Blade is 3V in the bailout Tonto limited edition. You got 3 3/8 inches of blade, 4 5/8 inches of handle. You got an axis lock. Not quite a free dropper, but a nice swinger. Lockup is dead rock solid. Action is beautiful. Centering is close, but not quite perfect. Like new in box. These are discontinued and out of stock. When they were available, they were $292. MAP pricing. Your price on this one, $225 like it is. $255 with an TheApostleP edge. Benchmade 537-2301 bailout, orange and blue, 3V. Next up, do you have a police officer on your Christmas list? If you do, this is your knife. From Benchmade, it's a 945 BK-1 Mini Osborne. Why do I say that about the police officer? Here's why. The thin blue line. I'm not sure this knife was marketed that way, but it works. Blue liners, blue anodized aluminum back or standoffs, Parkerized split arrow, black G10, black Cerakote blade, S30V. For those of you who don't know, 2 and 15/16 blade, 3 and 13/16 handle. Axis lock, phosphor bronze washers, and thumb studs. Near free dropper, perfect centering, rock solid lockup, like new in box. This version currently out of stock. When it was available, map price was $207. Let's do $160 on this like new in box example, $185 with my edge. Benchmade 945 BK-1 Mini Osborne. Next up, I don't know, this might be a real buy. Any Buck fans out there? What we have here is the Buck of the Month for May 2023. They make 750 of them for the Buck of the Month. And this one is the model 110 BRS 1BOTM-B. Yeah. So what it is a 110 Slim Pro TRX with a black Cerakoted 3V blade and a orange peel textured solid brass handle with black hardware pocket clip. What? Yeah. Orange peel finish brass, solid brass. Ambidextrous tip up, deep carry clip. Beautifully Cerakoted 3V blade. Thumb stud opening. Rock solid lockup. Nice free blade. And I don't know if you can see it, but the centering's perfect. So dimensionally, 4 and 7/8 handle, 3 and 11/16 blade. As I said, the May of 23 Buck of the Month, like new in box. So they're out of stock. I think Buck sold these Buck of the Monthers for $145 web retail. Current sold listings on eBay between $220 and $250. Your price on this one, $150, $175 with an ApostleP edge. The Buck 110 Slim Pro TRX 3V and brass. Next up, another. How many save me from myself moments have there been tonight? This certainly is one. From Chris Reeve, we have a large Sebenza 31 inlay, left hand with Chad Nichols boomerang stainless steel Damascus. Come on. Okay, let's look at the card. Born July 11th, 2022. The slip is a virgin. Here's the knife. Have I told you how much I love the new inlay pattern? And I do. And there's your blade. Single lug thumb stud on this one. Left-handed. Yes, perfectly tuned from the factory. Look it over. I don't believe there is a mark on it. Not even the clip. Oh. There's your lock engagement. And there's your perfect centering. It is like new in the box. Maybe near mint if I wanted to, you know, leave myself some wiggle room, but I don't think it is. Out of stock at $850 web retail. Your price on this one, 7 beans. $700 like it is $725 with my edge. Chris Reeve, large Sebenza 31, lefty, black micarta, and Damascus. Next up, another one from Chris Reeve. This would be 2015 vintage packaging. It is a, now this is interesting, this is before the large Inkosi existed. There was a Sebenza 25, but an Inkosi was just an Inkosi, and it was small. And that's what we got here, even on the card, just plain old Inkosi. Born December 30th, 2015, left-handed. Left-handed. And look at the condition on this little guy. There's one trail right there. Is that the only one? Man. Yeah. So S35VN 2 and 13/16 blade, 3 and 13/16 handle. You've got your ceramic ball interface, your adjustable pivot. Watch this. Yeah. Action's perfect, centering's perfect, lockup is perfect, condition is very near mint in box. Current price of the small Inkosi, web retail $425. Let's do $325 on this one. $350 with an ApostleP edge. Chris Reeves, small Inkosi, lefty. Next up, I think this is our last Hogue Ritter RSK tonight. This one is the 54196 EXL RSK, Mini RSK, in black G10. Sunburst Mill black G10. This is wearing, is that a Lynch clip? It's not a Hogue clip, and I don't believe I have the original. Let me verify that. I do not. The blade, all Doug Ritter. The steel, 20 CV. Blade length 2 7/8, handle 4 inches. Able lock mechanism. Beautiful action. Rock solid lockup. Centering down the middle. We'll send your mint in box. These are out of stock. When they were available, they were $155 web retail. Let's do $125 on this one. $155 with an ApostleP edge. Hogue 54196 EXL RSK Mini RSK Black and 20 CV. Next up, another Benchmade in a blue box. It is the 535 GRY-1 Bug Out. Kind of my favorite Bug Out. Got your Ranger green, whatever, I can't remember what they call it. Is it Neural GTX? I don't know, maybe. You got your gold washed standoffs and thumb studs. You got your gray Cerakote blade. And what do they call that? Like a, I forget. It's a something oxide clip. Shorty deep carry, ambidextrous tip up. S30V blade, 3 3/16 inches in length. Handles 4 1/4. Axis lock mechanism, locks up rock solid. Not a free dropper, but it flicks out and it swings back. Centering, I don't know, dead. So you get that, and you get these. I don't know who made them, but OD Canvas micarta scales. If you install those, your clip is going to be right hand only. Let's come right with it. So the knife is near mint in box. Current web retail map pricing is $171 for the knife. Plus, I don't know, what's 60, 70 bucks worth of scales there? What's that, $230, $240? Let's do 140 bucks. Shipped priority mail for everything. $165 with my edge. Benchmade 535 GRY-1 Bug Out plus custom scales. How about that? Next up, a Spyderco, a little baby one. It's a Dragonfly 2 in ZDP. Yes, sirree, Bob. There we go. British Racing Green FRN scales, ambidextrous tip up, deep carry paperclip clip, which you need to be able to thumb the knife open. There's your ZDP blade. Come on, baby. There we go. Rock solid mid-lock lockup. Perfect centering. Let's see. I think this has been touched up because I think it might have had a little tip roll, maybe. But anyway, we'll call it near mint in box. Out of stock at 95 bucks web retail. Your price on this one, 75 bucks shipped, priority mail, all in. 95 with my edge. Spyderco Dragonfly 2 BRG ZDP. Next up, we got one from Finch in the new Finch box. Let's see. It is the model number RP110 Reciprocity in shredded carbon fiber and 154 cm blade. Pretty nice little knife, I think. Here you go. We'll call this a stainless steel bolster lock. Basically a frame lock, but just the bolster area exposed. Shred carbon fiber scale set with the Finch shield. Milled titanium right-hand tip-up pocket clip. Ball bearing flipper. Warncliffe blade in 154 cm. 3 1/8 inches of blade, 4 inches of handle. Rock solid lockup. Super free and smooth action. Perfect centering. We'll call it near mint to like new in box. $145 is your web retail price for this knife, brand new. Let's do $110 on this one. $135 with an ApostleP edge. That's the Reciprocity from Finch. That brings us to the last item in tonight's sale. It's a watch from Citizen. Inside that outer box comes this inner box, and inside the inner box comes the watch. So you ready for this, guys? Here's the model number. AT8113-04H-H800-E. This is an Eco Drive and radio controlled wristwatch. You'll notice I must be shooting this at 8:18 in the morning on the 7th of December. So here's the deal on this, guys. 43 millimeters in case diameter, 49 lug to lug, 23 lug width, and the height just 10 millimeters. Sapphire crystal, crocodile grain, genuine leather strap with butterfly deployant clasp. There's your case back. I think that's like a PVD gold plating, and there's some hairlines in the all polished case, not of course in the sapphire crystal. We'll call it excellent to near mint in box. Price of these web retail at Joma Shop, and I think Jared also had the same price, $349. We'll do this one at $195 shipped priority mail. That's the Citizen Eco Drive radio control watch in gold. And that, my friends, will bring us to the end of another weekly knife sale on the Apostle P channel. Hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. Only 18 days till Christmas. Better get after it. Grace to you and peace, my friends, from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. Remember, the word is sharp. Now commence to clicking.